Distance nerding.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Woo! All right. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is another Taco Tuesday. It is that time. You know what time it is. It is time for Distance Nerding. You are now experiencing us. I am a young Phil. He is the Jamez 5000.
And we're here to nerd together. Nailed it for the 267th time.
6-7.
Talking about anything pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestlings, Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching on the YouTubes right now, which the majority of you are, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on the podcast app, drop us a 5-star review. It really does help us out. We just need all the 5-star reviews or all the reviews in general, and it helps us, guys. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, all at Distance Nerding. Of course, hey, you want to rep Distance Nerding? You want to get some Distance Nerding swag? That's right. We got merch, people, and you can go to our website. That is www.streamlabs.com/distance-nerding/merch. And you can get some of that sweet, sweet swag, ladies and gentlemen. So at Distance Nerding on IG, all the kind of different things we got. Links in the bio, guys.
Go to Instagram at Distance Nerding. The link is in the bio for the merch.
That's right. Easy. So let's move on. Let's move right into this, ladies and gentlemen. The show begins. You are now watching Distance Nerding. Woo! Oh man, I'm hyped. Let's go.
All
so
right.
Talk about on deck. What do we got going on this week, Jamez?
The Punisher is locked in, even with more Marvel dates shakeups. The Punisher is locked in, though. Some shows get new seasons, and some see the end in sight, and so much more to unpack. All right. Okay, easy. Mute buttons are great. Just FYI.
Yeah, you wish, buddy. You wish. All right. Well, let's go right into the news here because we've got some stories to cover, and I'm ready to have fun with all of it. Wait, Jamez, tell us what's happening with Marvel, sir.
No, you want me to dive into some Marvel?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Sponsors.
Oh, okay, my bad. Let's dive into it. Check out Colossus Girl Entertainment fan-focused Comic-Cons across the West Coast, including Beaver State Comic-Con, Metal Arc, Anna Medford, Tri-Cities Powerhouse, Silver Age Comic-Con, and of course, Gem State Comic-Con. Comics, cosplay vendors, artists, celebrity guests, and so much more. Visit ColossusGirlENT.com. Plan your next Comic-Con.
That's right. All right, now we're going to jump into the news. We've got some Marvel news to cover, so let's talk about straight from J. Jonah.
All right. Wonder Man, take 2. Marvel Studios is heading back to set with more Wonder Man. Disney Plus has officially renewed the series for a second season. Co-creators Destin Daniel Cretton and Andrew Guest are both returning. No premiere date set yet, but renewal confirms that Marvel and Disney see a star with Wonder Man. I like this.
Man, and they thought that it wasn't gonna be good. Like they really buried the show, and people did not let that happen. And then all the word of mouth was like, "This is the best show on TV." Like, what the hell? And now Disney's like, "Yeah, we screwed up. Season 2, we're greenlighting it," and it was easily the best show so far this year on TV.
Exactly, but to be honest, it was a risk. It paid off. Overall, it paid off. But it was a risk. So I see the hesitance on Marvel and Disney Plus. But hey, they're behind it. Season 2. I'm interested. I like it.
Yeah. And again, I'm behind so far. Just all the work that he's done. I am behind everything Daniel Destin Cretton does. Right? I'm so excited after seeing the Spider-Man trailer, man. I'm so ready for this, man. So yeah, bring it on.
Yeah, no kidding. And he's been worrying about Spider-Man and Wonder Man at the same time. Okay, let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, absolutely. Let him cook.
All right. Next one is Mickey Mouse ready for the Punisher?
Huh. Oh boy. Don't
The
shoot me! Don't shoot!
the debut poster for the Punisher One Last Kill has been dropped. The reveal comes just as Daredevil Born Again Season 2 hits tonight. Well, after the show. It comes out after the show.
Yeah.
Like we worked it out with Marvel and Disney. It doesn't come out until after the show. Just
It actually does work that way because I was trying to go watch it and was like, oh, it's not out yet. Damn it.
because it's not out yet. We talked to him. It's good.
Right.
We're good. So season 2 hits Disney Plus today. John Barenthal wasted no time celebrating. Welcome back, Frank, even though he's not in the season 2 of The Punisher Born Again. The special presentation will premiere on the exact same day as Daredevil Born Again season 2 finale. So
Oh,
nice little ducktail closing out the Daredevil season. So the Punisher One Last Kill is coming to Disney Plus on May 12th. I
interesting.
like that.
I wonder if Punisher One Last Kill is going to be a bridge between Daredevil and Spider-Man.
Oh, could be.
Yeah,
It
so it's
definitely could be. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because like I wonder if what they're doing here is like there's going to be events that Frank is involved in like towards the end of the season of Daredevil,
Yeah.
and it leads into why he's got this whole situation with Spider-Man in downtown New York.
Well, if you think about it, when was the last time we saw Frank? He was captured by Kingpin.
Right.
And all the theories are pointing to, the mayor's gonna be trying to clean up the city.
Hmm.
There may be the what is it, the DODC involved in hunting down, vigilantes and superheroes and maybe mutants. Punisher just could be working for the bad guy, so to speak. So we should see.
It's possible. The thing is that Frank hates Kingpin so much. I wouldn't see Frank, willingly working for Fisk. And I mean, like, Wilson Fisk stands for everything that Frank Castle is against. And like this anti-vigilante task force that Fisk is creating, they co-opted Frank's symbol, and Frank was pretty pissed about that.
Good point.
So I don't see Frank being like, I'm gonna help you guys, even though it gets to a goal. I feel like Frank is gonna beat the shit out of everybody just
Yeah.
because get out of my way.
Well, just FYI, by the time we go from Daredevil Born Again season 2, to the Punisher one shot to Spider-Man Brand New Day, there's a new mayor
Right.
in play. So something, whatever happens, Mayor Kingpin is going to be gone out of
Right.
this.
Right.
Anyway,
Right. Right.
so speaking of Spider-Man Brand New Day, our Spider rumor tingles are in overdrive. The trailer dropped, and we have more questions than answers for Spider-Man Brand New Day. A new rumor points to a powerful and creepy comic book character stepping into the lead, The Hand, and it's a deep-cut Spidey villain. The Hand is rumored to now be under the control of Spider Queen. Interesting. In the comics, she's got superhuman strength and the ability to control others, which makes her a dangerous puppet master for an organization like the Hand. Does
Oh,
this?
that makes so much sense in the
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah. Especially when in the trailer when Spider-Man takes the tank,
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
tank door off, and all of a sudden that it looks like somebody's jumping from person to person.
Right.
Like, oh, interesting. What's going on there?
That actually fits Spider Queen extremely well. So it's funny because I was sitting there trying to think like, this seems like okay, it's a new take on Mr. Negative, but rather than it being Mr. Negative, it's Spider Queen, which would fit so much more in that universe. I actually like that theory. And I'm kind of excited to see how that plays out.
I'm being Mr. Positive instead of Mr. Negative, and I'm going to agree with you because does that mean we're getting Daredevil and Brand New Day? I think we are.
Right. Tacos on the table, man.
Tacos are totally on the table. My blind tacos are on the table
Yeah, my
for
tacos are totally blind.
I like it. Okay, I got more Spider-Man rumors. Our Peter Tingle can sense a liar, Mr. Daredevil. During an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel, Charlie Cox was asked if he had checked out the new Spider-Man trailer. His response was honest and a little surprising. I'm sorry, I haven't seen it, which led to the follow up everyone wanted. would Daredevil show up in Spider-Man's next adventure? Cox didn't dance around it. He said, "No, I'm not in the movie." But then Cox added just enough mischief. He said, "But I could be lying. Who knows? If but I'm not lying. Definitely not in the movie. I was in the last one. I don't know. I think he's in the movie. I think it's a swerve. I think it's a swerve, and then another swerve, and then a swerve back."
Yeah, and that's my issue with Charlie Cox in this particular case is Charlie Cox tends to be somebody who likes to mess with people. So
Oh,
it's almost like, he'll be like I almost feel like he's not in the movie, but he's creating speculation just to mess with people.
yeah. And you know what's funny though? In the last movie, like there was no mention of Daredevil leading up to the movie. All of a sudden, he just shows up.
Right.
Like, why make that connection if we're not gonna keep that connection going?
Right.
So
Right.
I think he's gonna be anyway. We'll find out when Spider-Man: Brand New Day arrives in theaters July 26th, 2026.
Right.
Oh yeah. All right. Speaking of dates, Marvel is on the move. Disney has updated its release calendar, detailing two Marvel films while locking in dates for two brand new, still mysterious entries in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So dates always get confusing. So let me try to break it down. One untitled Marvel movie that was previously scheduled for February 2028 has moved to July of 2028. So, what is that? 4 or 5 months difference? 5 months difference?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, just got moved back. Okay, whatever it is. Don't They didn't even announce what it was. Then there's another mystery Marvel project that has been dated for November 2028, which has been completely removed from the calendar. But Disney also confirmed two Marvel release dates for May of 2029, which is like the beginning of the summer blockbuster season. May 2029. That's
Interesting, two Marvel movies in 1 month.
right. Right. And then July, there's another movie coming in 2029. So May 2029 and then July 2029. So no titles have been revealed, which opens the door for a lot of speculation. I don't know. Few obvious ones coming to mind. Maybe it's, we're still what, 3 years from some of those. So there could be a new Black Panther, the third Black Panther. Maybe it's Blade, maybe it's, I don't know, X-Men. What do you think? Do you have any?
I have an idea of what I would like it to be.
Okay.
The idea in my head, this is something that Graveyard and I were talking about a while back, that if they jumped into the X-Men movies and everything like that, I think what would be really good, a good way to kind of like both stretch but also give you a good entry into the characters, is doing individual character movies for each X-Men character.
Oh, get
At
back to
least
that.
at least the first class. And if you're releasing 2 movies or 3 movies within a month, like, there are 5 members of the first class. Right? So if you have already introduced, say, Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, because it's looking more and more like she's going to be Jean Grey. But I mean, like, Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. We've already introduced Jean Grey and kind of gotten a little bit of her backstory and everything like that. And we all know Wolverine. We don't need to reintroduce Wolverine. Secret Wars has already introduced Cyclops at this point. Then you can like introduce all of the other characters and then go into a straight X-Men movie. And it's the idea is late. I think later, it's later this year, they're releasing like the Beatles movies,
Hmm. Yeah,
and like
four
one,
movies.
yeah, and it's like 2 weeks after after each one, they're gonna be like different individual movies based on each individual Beatle and what they were doing at each during the events of each movie. So it's like, 4 different movies all taking place at the same time. And I think if that's successful, then I think Marvel's probably gonna go with that formula, to go with like a, hey, cross genre, it works here. We can do that with the X-Men and then do an ensemble movie, and everybody will be that much more excited about it.
That's an interesting take. You're
Yeah.
bold. You're bold, sir. That's an uncanny opinion, and I like
I see what you did there.
it. I was still thinking it was going to be like maybe a Fantastic Four sequel. Maybe instead of first steps, it's I don't know, second step, second crawl. Who knows?
Second crawl.
Or like a Shang-Chi. Like, who are all these people that they've introduced over the last few years that, like, okay, let's see if we can bring them back.
Yeah.
Maybe a Doctor Strange,
Right. And again, my thought is more just like if they're dropping 2 movies in a month, right? Like if May has 2 different confirmed Marvel dates, then, I'm thinking like, "Oh, well, how do you capitalize on that kind of time?" You know what I mean?
And honestly, like, I know we're all kind of focusing on we're getting to the X-Men, but
Mhm.
like there's a lot of investment in characters that are about to try to take center stage. There's
Right.
Sam Wilson's Captain America or the Thunderbolts, there's people that Sebastian Stan, as Bucky. They're trying to hook them in to be like the staples of the MCU.
Right.
So why don't we try to feature them a little bit more? So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But Marvel's on the move. That's all I got for Marvel right now.
Well, now that Marvel is moving, then that just gives us a chance to talk about DC. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for watching the Watchtower.
I like it.
Still love that animation for the audio listeners. Gotta check it out on the YouTube channel because it's actually really cool. Graphics department did a really good job with that one.
Okay. I'll give you that. Okay.
He's like, no. Okay. Holy casting rumors, Batman. Word is that Viggo Mortensen is now being eyed for a key role in Matt Reeves' upcoming sequel, and fans are already imagining what he could bring to Gotham's next chapter. Mortensen's potential offer comes after Brad Pitt, Stellan Skarsgård, and Daniel Craig have been rumored to pass on the role. What is that role? What do we know? Who do we think it is? Well,
I
ladies
think
and
it's gonna be
gentlemen,
Christopher Dent.
yeah,
I mean,
everybody.
that's what we've been talking about, right? It's supposed to
Right.
be Harvey Dent's dad.
Right. So I mean, we've been talking about this last couple weeks, and the speculation is that it's Christopher Dent. So if it's Harvey Dent's dad, again, this just kind of makes it more of a, they're centering on Harvey Dent and kind of like the fall of the district attorney and kind of, his relationship with his family and his wife and everything like that. Again, it's all kind of deeply tied to Long Halloween, which is like all part of that storyline. So
Yeah. Honestly, if it was Vigo, I'm kind of okay with it.
I like the idea of Viggo Mortensen being Harvey Dent's father, either the
Yeah.
father of the district attorney.
As much as we think of like Vigo is like a leading man type character, but he's a good like ensemble player.
Yeah, I mean he's a good supporting actor. He
Yeah,
he does well as a supporting actor. So I mean, will the Ranger of the North target Gotham for his next adventure?
I'm on board for that.
Right, the King of Gondor in Gotham.
I agree.
Oh man, all right. Well, I don't have an intro, and I'm trying to think of something. I can't figure it out. So
It's a
we're just
bird.
gonna.
It's a plane. It's in the middle.
It's somewhere in the middle. Just yeah, just very, very. It's mid. Not no, mid's bad. It's not. It's very unmid. James Gunn has confirmed exactly where Supergirl fits in relation to Superman and its upcoming sequel, Man of Tomorrow, and it helped clarify how this interconnected story is unfolding. Gunn jumped onto Threads and chimed in on a user's post saying, "In between Superman and Man of Tomorrow," which is kind of where it makes sense because that's where the movie takes place between Superman and Man of Tomorrow. Supergirl flies or stumbles or breaks through a wall or just gets extremely drunk and passes out into theaters on June 26th.
2026.
That's right.
26.
Yeah, no, it's coming up. It's soon, and I'm so excited to watch this movie.
Well, it kind of tells me that James Gunn wants to do things kind of linearly.
Mhm.
Like pretty much everything that's come out in the DCU has been in sort of chronological order,
It
right?
has been so far. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It has
like
been.
your Commandos, um, Superman. What else has come out? Green Lantern's just gonna be stuck in there now. Supergirl. Yeah. Oh, Peacemaker got shoved in there too.
Right.
Yeah. So instead of like jumping around in timelines, it's like boom, here we are. I like it. I
Yeah,
like it.
I dig it. So that's it for DC news. So before we move on to the next segment here, ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by the good folks over at Debbie. Right. W is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. W contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about W at www.w.gg. Use the code NERDINGS10. I was about to say NERDING6, NERDING10 and get 10% off your order. Whew, that was good. All right. Well, let's get into this next segment here. Guys, it's time for all the quick news. It's time for one shots.
Baywatch is flexing its new cast. Former competitive gymnast and model Livy Dune has joined the cast of Fox's Baywatch Reboot in the recurring role of Grace, a highly enthusiastic junior lifeguard. It marks the professional acting debut of the former Louisiana State University gymnast. At first, I was like, why Livy? Like, why is this being reported on? Like, okay,
Oh, I know who this is.
yes.
Oh, I know who this
Livy
is.
Dune has like 13 million social media followers. She joins the cast as a regular along with Shay Mitchell and Brooks Nader. Like it's all about social media. So like Shay
Apparently.
Mitchell has like 35 million social media followers. Brooke Nader has like almost 2 million followers. So I think it's a bit of like
Stephen Amell, Stephen Amell.
yeah, Stephen Amell. I think they're trying to reach a new generation for this show, which kind of makes sense. But I did hear that yes, she went to LSU. Yes, she's a model and a influencer and a gymnast. She has been taking acting classes, like, and been trying to like get into Hollywood. So I don't know if this is her first role, but she's working at it. So
Her first role was the internet falling in love with her peach.
yeah,
Wha- oh my god. It took me a second when I was like looking at the picture in the rundown. I was like, she's from. I know who that is. That's the
yeah,
girl that everybody was like falling in love with like a year ago.
exactly,
Yeah, I
exactly.
know
So
exactly who that is.
Baywatch will hit the beach on Fox as part of the 2026-2027 season. So probably debuting September-ish. We'll
Yeah.
see. Awesome. But moving on, time to re-enter the Kumite. Yes. So excited.
Are you ready for the Kumite?
I'm
What's a
ready for the
Kumite?
It's Kumite. A new remake of Jean-Claude Van Damme's breakout movie Bloodsport is officially in development at A24.
Of course
What?
it would be.
And it's
It
bringing
would
in
be A24.
I know, right? I don't understand, but sure. And it's bringing in Michaela Cole to write and direct a complete reimagining of the story. So that's kind of interesting. Cole's recent slate of stacked with projects which push boundaries, along with I May Destroy You. She's got First Day on Earth, and On the Way will appear alongside Anne Hathaway in Mother Mary, playing a costume designer tied to Hathaway's pop star character. If she looks familiar to you, she's also an actress, and she was in Black Panther. Um, she played, I think, what was her name? Anika. She was the Dora Milaje that took over as head of the Dora Milaje.
Right. Okay. I know who you're talking about. I know who. Yeah.
So she's done a bunch of shows as well for like HBO and stuff like that. And now she's done some writing and directing for those shows. Now she's being hired to do Bloodsport, which is like, okay, make it happen. Like A24's got this. They believe in you. They
Yeah.
see something.
I'm definitely interested in seeing what her take on Bloodsport will be. Bloodsport is a classic martial arts movie. And I'm curious who she's gonna get for the movie itself.
Yeah, it will be interesting. It will be interesting. Okay, keep it going. Amazon is saying Game On, a live action adaptation of the Game of Life, is now in development at Amazon MGM Studios. This project has actually been in the works for a while. Sherman and Hasbro have been trying to crack the right take on the game of life for some time, things finally clicked after a meeting with writer Alan Loeb, who brought an idea that helped shape the direction of the film. No release date yet for the game of life. So no date when the game's gonna begin.
I, I
Honestly,
I don't know how I feel about that. Like the
yeah.
game of life is just basically life. Like it's a game about like, hey, buy a house, pay a mortgage, go to work.
Right? It's like
That's like, yeah, it's like my normal
Monopoly
everyday
for
bullshit.
little kids. It's Monopoly for little kids.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know how much I want to see a movie or a TV show based on the game of life.
But think about it. Like games that have jumped to the screen that are doing so well, like Minecraft. We're gonna talk about Minecraft in a minute, but like Minecraft is a well-known IP. Game of Life is a well-known IP. Hasbro is looking to cash in on all their game IP and toy IP. So it's just a matter of time before all that product, all that IP gets out there.
But like Minecraft is based on a video game that actually has like dungeon crawler stuff, in it. So I don't know how much you get out of the game of life.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it's coming. Whether you
Yeah.
like it or not, it's coming.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Kristen Dunst is rebuilding some new roles. We talked about Minecraft. Actress Kristen Dunst from Spider-Man, Fargo, Roofman has joined the cast of Minecraft the sequel, Minecraft 2.
I
The
hope that's what they call it. I hope they call it
Revenge of
Minecraft the sequel.
Minecraft. Yeah, it's coming from Warner Brothers and Legendary. So I think the first one did the first one cross 1 billion? It got
Yeah, it was one of the highest grossing movies of last year.
I think it crossed 1 billion. So Dunst will play Alex, one of the primary avatars available to play of the Minecraft video game. I'm not familiar, but Kristen Dunst is in. The first film was a huge box office success. Minecraft 2, or the sequel, or whatever it's going to be called, is set to hit theaters on July 23rd, 2027.
All right. I still haven't seen the first one, and I know like a lot of people are talking about how good it is. I never saw it.
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen Minecraft?
No. Well, you have fucking 3 kids, man.
So you have HBO Max.
I do have HBO Max.
It's sitting there waiting for you.
Yeah, I'm busy watching Invincible and waiting for Daredevil, okay?
I see all like the little kids, all the little boys running around with Minecraft shirts on at school and whatnot. And okay, cool. It was my kids never got into it, and I was never drawn to it. But they wanted to see the movie, and seeing the movie with them, I was super entertained. I had a good time.
Mhm.
I enjoyed watching the movie, and Momoa was super funny. Jack Black, super funny. So
Chicken.
yeah. It's so crazy watching people go nuts, like when they started to come out with a chicken jockey,
Mhm.
people were jumping out of their seats, literally throwing popcorn. I'm like, I don't understand, but more power to them.
Chicken jockey.
It was crazy. It was nuts. Like, you just wasted all that popcorn. The dad in me came out. I'm like, you wasted all that popcorn.
Popcorn's expensive, kid.
Go get me more. But anyway, yeah.
Oh, man.
Number 2 coming out July 23rd. Speaking of Kristen Dunst, speaking of Kristen Dunst, Academy Award winner, or actually Academy, Emmy, and Golden Globe nominee Kristen Dunst is set to star in the sequel to Housemaid's Secret alongside Sydney Sweeney. Yes, Housemaid, Secret, Sydney Sweeney. That's a lot of alliteration happening. The film is the follow-up to the 2025's box office hit, The Housemaid, based on Frida McFadden's best-selling novel. Actually, I heard it was really good. I heard a
Yeah.
lot of people that went and saw it were very interested in
At
this.
the premiere, they gave a bunch of people plates to break, and they were like, and they said that you'll know what scene that we want you to break the plate at, and like everybody knew, and they broke the plates.
Oh, that's funny. In the sequel, Millie returns, and per the plot description, she takes a job keeping the house for a woman she's never allowed to see, only to discover the truth behind the locked door that threatens to expose secrets far darker than her own. Kristen Dunst, living her best life.
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst is just like she's like, oh, it's time to revive my career.
Getting all the roles.
Oh,
Good
there
for
goes Matt. He missed the first part of the show when we were talking about him, but he felt it.
there you there you go. And Matt, please do not use the soundboard that young Phil is going to make you. We want you to keep your job. We like you as an industry insider. Please don't use the soundboard young Phil wants to give you.
Yeah, I was telling him I need to make you a soundboard. I've been saying that for a while, but I need to make you a soundboard so that way you can just surprise the living crap out of Kofi and just I want to hear Kofi's reaction when you use the soundboard for the first time.
Oh my gosh. I could see Kofi's eyes like popping out from behind those big glasses. Oh my gosh. Behind those Run DMC glasses. Okay. Keep it going. Amazon MGM got the theatrical win it's been chasing. Project Hail Mary launched straight to the top with an impressive $80.5 million box office. Oh my gosh. Instantly becoming the studio's biggest opening ever and the largest of the year so far. That number blows past previous Amazon MGM record held by Creed 3 at 58 million, and of course overtook Scream 7, which we talked about I think last week, which had been leading the 2026 box office with like 60 million. Internationally, the film has added another 60 million across 82 markets, bringing the global box office to 140 million dollars so far. Amazon MGM mission accomplished. Have you seen this yet? Project Hail Mary?
I haven't, mainly because we had, we the movie came out on Thursday. I had a show Thursday, and then we drove down to LA Friday morning. We did a show for 3 days. I worked yesterday. Didn't really have time to do anything yesterday. Today, obviously work in the show. I'm probably not going to be able to see this until this weekend. But this is on my list of movies that I want to see for this year. I definitely want to go and see this. This movie in general is a big deal for me, and after seeing more of the trailers and kind of more what people were talking about of it, like all the hype on this movie is out there, and I want to go watch this movie really bad.
All I heard was excuses of womp 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 that I didn't see the movie. I didn't see the movie either, but I was in the theater next to it. I wanted to see it, but I got dragged into Hoppers, which I still wanted to see. But
I figured, I was like, what kids movie is out right now? It's going to
Exactly.
be the only movie that James is allowed to go see.
yeah, I went and saw Hoppers with the Fam Bam, and
I heard that's hilarious, actually.
it was actually good. It's Pixar. It's heartwarming. It's touching. It has an underlying story. There's lots of jokes for adults and for kids. It pulls at your heartstrings like always. And most importantly for me, it connected because it's Pixar.
Right.
It connected to the bigger Pixar theory that we've been talking about for years and years about
That all
how
the movies are connected.
all the Pixar movies are connected. And
Yeah.
this is the movie that goes like, all right, cat's out the bag. We need to put it in the movie, not just make little Easter egg references. It's in the movie.
Yeah.
So go see Hoppers, double feature. Go see Hoppers. Go see Project Hail Mary. It'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, keep it going. Netflix says buongiorno to the latest adaptation. Netflix Assassin's Creed series is finally moving forward. Production is officially underway, and the show is heading to Rome, Italy.
Mm-hmm.
The city played a huge role in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, making it one of the most popular locations in the entire franchise. But there's a twist. The show is set in 64 AD, which places it nearly 1500 years before Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. That means we're getting a completely original story that has been explored. It hasn't been explored in any of the games yet. So I know you played Assassin's Creed.
I play Assassin's Creed. I am deep, and I play every one of those games. The rumor right now is that this show is going to take place shortly after the events of Assassin's Creed Origin, which takes place in Egypt.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be kind of like close in timeline to that. They're saying that there may be a cameo from Bialik in this, who is the main character from Assassin's Creed Origin, which would be really dope if Bialik shows up in this. He's such a cool ass character. Um, and yeah,
That would be cool, telling an original story, but also connecting it to the world that you know, or the yeah, I guess the world that you know.
right, right, right. So I mean, yeah, there have been rumors on kind of like how close it is to the last game, or to one of the games. But then also that the writers of the games are working closely with the writers of the show.
Oh, that's cool.
So unlike the movie where it was just kind of like random and it was an adaptation, it was like, oh, we're gonna do something completely original, but it's Assassin's Creed, but it's not, and all this other stuff. This supposedly this show is supposed to be something that kind of like when I talk about like video game shows, it's supposed to be something that lives within the universe of Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
And again, it Assassin's Creed as a franchise lends itself to that. So like, because you can put it in any timeline. You follow an assassin, you have if you have a good enough storyline, you can do it where it links up with the rest, as long as it's something that's like, oh yeah, that's just some random dude that is doing an experience at Abstergo, which is the Templar company that creates the Animus. Um, then it works. Just don't go veer super far off of the source material. Do what do what Fallout does and make it just be something else that lives within that timeline.
yeah. I like that because then it doesn't negate anything.
Right.
It doesn't negate the games that you've played for years. It doesn't negate the new show. It makes it live in one cohesive piece that, at any point in time, it can start crossing over and you might start picking up pieces here and there. Kind of like the way you guys always talk about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And like we talk about, like, I don't know, the tournaments, and then you're like, this led to this and this. Like seeing it all connect is,
Right.
I think, adds those layers to a fandom that people want. Whether it's going to change the entire story or just add that little bit of Easter egg that makes it that much richer of a world. People like that. I like that. All right, so no release date yet set for Netflix's Assassin's Creed. I totally forgot there was like an Assassin's Creed's movie. Wasn't it Jake Gyllenhaal or something?
No, so you're thinking of Prince of Persia. Jake
Uh,
Gyllenhaal was Prince of Persia. The movie was I'm forgetting his name, but the dude who plays Magneto in the newer movies.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah, the movie was him, and it wasn't it wasn't good. By the way, just got to catch it.
There you go.
There you go, Michael Fassbender. That's right.
I forgot. I couldn't remember think of his name too. I'm just like, no, that's Magneto. And you're like his real name. I'm like, oh, Eric Lencher. No,
Eric Lyncher.
yeah, I'm getting lost. All right. Next up, The Wheel of Time is far from done spinning. The live action series wrapped its run. The iconic fantasy universe created by Robert Jordan is gearing up for a major comeback across multiple formats. A new wave of Wheel of Time projects are coming, featuring animated TV series, animated feature films, and a new PC and mobile video game. The goal here is to reach new audiences while giving longtime fans more ways to enjoy and explore the world they love. There's also still a open world AAA RPG in the works at I Want Games Montreal. The Wheel of Time is just getting started. I didn't even know this was a game.
It's adorable that you called it AAA.
I don't know what is
No, AAA games.
Oh, okay. At first I was like, is that a typo? Because I was like RPG.
No, triple A is kind of like the rating that you give a game, where it's like, if it's like a lot of money goes into the game and they have like really high graphics and really, really rendered worlds, like Skyrim and Assassin's Creed would be a triple A game. Those are triple A games.
Gotcha. I thought you meant AAA in Mexico. I thought you meant luchadors. I
Yeah,
was
or triple A, the company I work for.
Oh, there you go. There you go. But I mean, this is another one, same sort of deal where you told a story
Yeah.
on live action, and now you're gonna do more to expand the universe, into more games, more anime. I Let's see, I think it was on Amazon. So maybe they're gonna put some of the animated TV series on Amazon.
Right. I think I feel like with that in particular with Wheel of Time, there's more they can do in animation. And now that they've established kind of like, the world and things like that, like the like something we're gonna talk about here in a little bit. There's a lot of things, a lot of potential you have with animation. So
I agree. All right, keeping it going. Back to Paradise one last time. Hulu has announced that they've renewed Paradise for a third season. While Hulu has not commented on the finality of this third season, star Sterling K. Brown did say in an interview on the Armchair Expert show, what was that?
mhm.
Dax?
It's probably another insider podcast.
No, I think isn't that Dax Shepard? I don't know. Anyway,
Is that
um,
Dex Shepard?
I think that's Dax Shepard. That the show was planned for by creator Dan Fogelman for a 3-season arc. So it sounds like this renewal may be the last season of Paradise.
That makes
The
sense.
news comes just ahead of the season 2 finale on March 30th.
Yeah. Armchair Expert is Dex Shepard show, so you're correct.
Oh, I nailed it for
You,
once.
you are very correct on that. It makes sense. Isn't Paradise based on a book, anyways?
I don't know. I do like the show a lot. I do
Uh,
enjoy it.
I haven't finished season 2 yet, but I mean, like, it is good. Again, James, you were the one that talked me into that show. I didn't. I had canceled Hulu at that point. But when I got Hulu again, that was like the first thing I watched, and I was like, oh my god, this show was so good.
It's so good. It's so good. Season 2 takes a little bit of time because they have to like kind of reset the
Right. First couple
stages.
episodes, the first couple episodes are a little bit slow. It's like a little bit of a slow burn.
Yeah.
But then once it picks up, I want to say episode 3, it picks back up again,
Yeah.
and it really, really picks back up.
I like it. Yeah. I just watched the latest episode last night, so I'm all on board. So next week is the finale. So
Hmm. Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm pretty behind. I want to say I'm on like episode 4 right now.
Well, let me spoil it for you real quick. I'm just kidding. Okay, is there more? Oh, I do have one
You
more.
got one more. Yep.
I got one more. Who okay. Oh, I didn't write an intro. Damn it. Give me a Stitch intro. You got a Stitch voice in you?
I've got a Stitch voice, but what do I say?
Uh
Thanks for changing.
there you go. Disney Studios has announced release dates for a couple of their anticipated sequels, including live action Lilo and Stitch 2, which is coming out May 26th, 2028, Memorial Day weekend again, and Pixar's Incredibles 3 coming June 16th, 2028. So that's going to be a big year for them too. Last Memorial Day, the live action Lilo and Stitch hit a holiday opening record with $182 million over the 4-day weekend, overtaking 2023's Top Gun Maverick, which had 160.5 million. Get out of here with that.
Marijuana Krista.
I mean, Disney's hitting it with these live actions now. I feel like they're hitting their stride.
They're hitting it hard, even with Dwayne Johnson's ridiculous hair. We don't have that on the rundown this week, but that trailer, it's like, cool, it looks good. I don't know how to feel about Dwayne Johnson with long curly hair.
You know what's so funny about watching the Moana trailer? I love it. I love the animated movie. I love the story. It very much has a special place for me and my family. It's something we've all loved and we can watch over and over again. But like seeing The Rock on screen with that with that wig, somebody in the comments, I think we posted something. Somebody in the comments is like, "Is it me or does he still look bald?" Like
He does.
he's got a huge wig, and it's like, does he still look bald? He still looks bald.
He does. He does. He looks absolutely terrible with that wig. It's like I feel like they could have done so much better with that wig.
That being said, everything else in the movie looks great. They picked a great Moana that The Pua, the pig, looks delicious. I'm all for this movie.
Yeah. Hey looks delicious like usual.
Yeah. Looks like a good chicken adobo. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Did I mention dates? Oh, Lilo and Stitch, May 2028, and then Pixar's Incredibles 3, June 2028.
All right.
There you go.
Well, we're gonna switch into some of the some of the other stories we got going on. Oh man, we're gonna get into some sad stuff here, guys. Fun fact: Chuck Norris did build the hospital he was born in. Know if you guys knew that. Chuck Norris, the man who became a walking myth, a larger-than-life action hero, and the internet's ultimate symbol of toughness, has passed away at the age of 86.
Wait, hold on. Chuck Norris didn't need GPS. Chuck Norris decided where he was.
Yep.
Sorry, continue.
Chuck Norris suddenly died suddenly after being hospitaled in Hawaii.
Chuck Norris tried to lose weight once, but Chuck Norris never loses.
Born in March 1940, he served in the United States Air Force, where his journey into martial arts began.
When Chuck Norris cuts onions, the onions cry.
His big screen breakthrough was in Return of the Dragon, where he went toe-to-toe with Bruce Lee.
Chuck Norris didn't read books. He stared at them until he got the information he wanted.
Starring in films like Missing in Action, Code of Silence, and Firewalker, with Lone Wolf McQuade cementing him as a full-blown action star in the early 80s.
Chuck Norris could speak fluent French in Russian. Huh?
But for many fans, Norris became a household name thanks to Walker, Texas Ranger.
Okay, last one. Jesus could walk on water. Chuck Norris could swim through land.
His family shared a heartfelt message that reminds us who he really was beyond the myth. To the world, he was a martial artist, actor, and a symbol of strength. To us, he was a devoted husband, a loving father, and a grandfather, an incredible brother, and the heart of our family. Also, when Chuck Norris does a push-up, he doesn't push himself up. He pushes the world down. Chuck Norris is the only man that could lead a horse to water and make it drink.
That's another good one.
Chuck Norris is the only man in the world that could slam a revolving door.
Slam a revolving door. So good. I know we're having fun with the whole Chuck Norris joke thing, but he's a complete icon. You've known Chuck Norris and his characters and his movies for the last 40 50 years. Oh my god. So huge icon, especially in the action genre. So R.I.P. Chuck Norris.
Yeah. Thank you, Chuck. You were an icon. You're going to be missed. I know we're dropping all these jokes and we're giving him all this love. In the last couple of years, he kind of said some crazy things, but at the same time, the man will be missed. I mean, there was so much about Chuck Norris that was great. But I mean, yeah, it's his legacy is always going to live on. And we will miss him based on his legacy.
Agreed.
Did you want to say that?
That being said, Chuck Norris didn't lose a fight with Death. Death tapped out and offered him the throne.
Ooh.
Take that, Death.
Yeah. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he doesn't look out for other boogeymen. He looks out for Chuck Norris.
There you go.
I knew so many Chuck Norris jokes back in the day, man.
Obviously.
Yeah. Obviously, because you had the ones that you had written. These were all ones that I just popped off the top of my head, right? So it's like the push-up one was actually from the Army. We used to use that joke all the time.
I figured that was that had to be some kind of Army joke.
Yeah. We also would do those jokes with General Mattis.
General Mattis?
General Chaos Actual Mattis. So Jim Mattis, he was the Secretary of Defense in Trump's first term, but he was the Commandant of the Marine Corps. when I was in the Army, and we had a lot of jokes, like those same exact Chuck Norris style jokes about General Mattis,
Nice.
right? Like one of them was like General Mattis's knife hand. Uh, the kill radius of General Mattis's knife hand was 5 miles. So anytime he knife handed somebody, like anything within 5 miles was destroyed.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, it's a thing on there. So let's go ahead and move on because I will do Chuck Norris jokes all night. But we don't have that kind of time. Buffy gets dealt some major blows. So Nicholas Brendan, the actor who brought the endlessly lovable Xander Harris to life on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and later appeared in Criminal Minds, has passed away. According to his family, he died peacefully in his sleep of natural causes. We are heartbroken to share the passing of our brother and son, Nicholas Brendan. He passed in his sleep of natural causes. Most people know Nicky for his work as an actor and for the characters he brought to life over the years. In recent years, Nicky has found his passion in painting and art. As part of Buffy's inner circle alongside Sarah Michelle Gellar, his Xander became an emotional anchor of the cast. After Buffy ended in 2003, he openly struggled with addiction and mental health challenges, even announcing at the 2004 fan convention that he was entering rehab for alcoholism,
Mm.
which is pretty brave to do that at a Comic-Con and say, you know what, I need help, and I'm going to go get that help.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He later found a steady role on Criminal Minds, appearing in 21 episodes as Kevin Lynch, a former hacker who found his way into the BAU's orbit.
Hmm.
Thank you, Nicholas. You and Xander will be missed.
Oh, so sad.
So we're gonna stick around in sad news, but different kind of sad news.
Buffy sad news.
Yeah, Buffy sad news. We already knew about what was going on with this, but we got some more news on it. So it's been a rough stretch for fans of Buffy, and we get some information on how rough it was. After Sarah Michelle Gellar confirmed that Buffy knew Sunnydale at Hulu was officially dead, more details are surfacing about what actually went wrong and why this reboot never made it past the pilot stage. One of the biggest issues seems to have been the creative direction of the pilot. The original script focused mostly on a new Slayer, with only a very brief appearance from Gellar's Buffy Summers. That approach was later adjusted, but it apparently didn't fix the core problems.
Hmm.
Hulu ultimately saw the pilot as unsalvageable and not good enough in Hulu's estimation to turn things around, which says a lot because they put a lot of stuff out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like maybe they were filming and writing at the same time, like
God,
making changes on the fly.
yeah, and that's just a recipe for disaster when
Yes.
there's like, if you don't have the script ready and you guys aren't don't exactly know what's going on with it, it's not gonna turn out well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's interesting is that Hulu isn't ready to let Buffy go entirely, though. So the report says there's still interest in reviving the revival with a different creative team somewhere down the line. For now, the Buffy IP is staying at Hulu, which means we may still get a Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot, but it's just not going to be the version that they did. So that's good news.
Yeah, but but are you gonna get Michelle Gellar or what's her name?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Back?
Again, I think that hinges on a script. Like
I
it doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to get Sarah Michelle Gellar in the role. It's more like, if it's a good enough script, I think she'd be down to come back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever script they had brought her back. But what's interesting though is like, yeah, the show's gonna focus on a new Slayer, right?
Mhm.
But halfway through they said, well, we got to do more Buffy. Like, I wonder if she had a hand in like, hey, I need to be more in this versus like for the story, I
Well,
have to be in this. I don't know.
like, okay, so I feel like if they would have called it New Sunnydale and just New Sunnydale, that would have been fine to focus on a new Slayer. But you called it Buffy New Sunnydale. And they at first they were just like, oh, we're gonna put Buffy in the season finale or at the end of the show. And it's like, that doesn't make sense. You name the show after Buffy.
Yeah, good
So you
point.
can't do an entire show about we're going to the next Slayer, but you have her name in the title. That makes no sense. So like if you're gonna call it New Sunnydale, that makes sense because it's a show that takes place in that universe, but it doesn't focus on Buffy.
Agreed. Agreed.
You know what I
But
mean?
they had Chloe Zhao, you know,
Yeah.
like Oscar-winning director Chloe Zhao, ready to go, like signed on board. The only thing I can think of was that they started to film this, and then they like she's a big time movie director. Filming for movies and filming for TV are very different.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if it just wasn't translating. I don't know what the problem was, but to get this far into it, like everything's moving forward and all of a sudden it halts halfway through and we don't even finish the pilot. Something went wrong. Something went off the rails.
No, for sure. For sure. There's something just didn't click right. Again, I feel like there's room for there to be a revival. It just needs to be the right script. It needs to be the right way. They need to do something that equally respects Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but also moves into the next generation.
Right. I agree. I think there is going to be another Buffy reboot, but probably won't be for a few years. So we'll
Yeah.
see if Sarah Michelle Gellar's interested then.
And I wonder if the next version of this is something that Sarah Michelle Gellar is more heavily involved in, and not just, hey, do you want to come back? It's like, no, you know what? This time around, the first one didn't work. This time around, we're gonna do this my way. I know the character better than anybody. I played her for the entire, I played her longer than anybody because remember, it's not just her that played Buffy. So I mean,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
mhm. So let's go ahead and continue on here. Captain, we lost warp engines.
Oh,
Yeah. Star Trek Starfleet Academy is officially ending with its second season on Paramount Plus. Wait, hold on. Boo, you suck. Sucks that they're canceling it. A series set at Starfleet Academy following cadets as they train, clash, fall in love, and figure out what it means to wear the uniform. There's no way this Star Trek series could fail, right? Right?
right.
Yep. The show had poor writing, questionable character work, and a tone that just never lined up with the franchise and the fans. What's next for Star Trek? Well, we know that Paramount is going in new and bold directions.
Yeah,
So
we'll see. But I mean, it's such a big IP. I feel like no matter what happens with Starfleet Academy, they're gonna find a way to keep going or keep Star Trek going.
yeah, yeah. It the fan base is what makes me kind of just like I don't know. Like there's
You
so
think
many
Star Trek
people
fan base is as toxic as some Star Wars fan base?
in different ways. So Star Wars fans are very not my Star Wars. It's this Star Wars can only be one way.
Hmm.
Star Trek fans are very their toxicity is again, it's very similar but different because it is a very that's not my Star Trek. That's not the way I would have wanted my Star Trek to be. Or well, that's there's too much action, or there's not enough action, or it's too boring, or all these other things. Like everybody just complains about everything, and it's like the one that gets me now is when I hear Trek fans talking about anything woke, and it's like you're not a Trek fan at all if you negatively use the word woke
Yeah, that's a good point.
because Star Trek was the show that invented woke,
Yeah,
right? So it's like the minute that I start hearing anybody start talking about, oh, it's too woke. They did this with this character. Da, da. Yeah, yeah, okay. In the 60s, they had the first interracial kiss. That would
exactly.
have been woke in the 60s.
Did you
You know what I
watch this
mean?
show? Did you watch Starfleet Academy?
I didn't because I always forget that I have Paramount Plus.
Well done. Well done.
I really do forget that I have Paramount Plus. So it's like,
Well, I watched it. I watched the entire show.
what did you
So
think of it?
so I thought it looked really good. The
Okay.
production value was there. It was like beautiful. The colors were great, but like what Say Wong says in the chat, it was just bad. There was bad writing. Like I don't know how many episodes, 10 episodes, and like it felt like three or four of them were filler. It's like what kind of story are
Yeah,
you telling here?
and in a 10-episode season, there should not be any filler. Like, I understand if you have a 24-episode season, then yeah, filler is there, but
And they would just do weird things with characters, like
Mhm.
it wouldn't make sense moving forward. It's like you were along for this ride, and then like as something weird happened, you're like, why did they make that choice? Like they were off trying to do something else. Like, why is Paul Giamatti the really odd bad guy? Like you should have put him as like one of the main characters, not as like some throwaway bad guy type thing.
Mhm.
It threw me way off.
How was Becky Lynch?
She was in it for an episode. She was one of the she was like Sulu. She was driving the ship like in 2 episodes. That was it. She had like 2 lines.
Oh,
So kind of, that kind of made me a little sad too. Like, oh, you didn't do much.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where the premise of it has a lot of potential,
Yeah.
but if you're not if the writing isn't good, I mean, they potentially could do like Picard, where Picard was like, okay, it started off kind of meh. Second season got better. Third season, like everybody's talking about how good of a show it was because the third season just kind of redeemed the show, right? But
Third
it's like
season third season was okay, this is the reunion tour. We're only gonna play the greatest
the
hits.
greatest hits. Yeah,
Yeah. We're
yeah.
only gonna bring the next generation characters back, and that's it.
Yeah. So I mean, like, you have the potential to do that if you find better writing and people who kind of like if they learn from their mistakes. But at that point, Paramount's also not allowing that to happen because they're like, oh, we're ending it after season two.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
So
It's just weird. Like they had a Klingon on the show, and it's like, okay, cool, we have a Klingon, but then he was very hesitant to like do his like Klingon traditions, and then he ended up being homosexual, which is okay, but then the storytelling just wasn't great. It's like it almost felt forced to like, oh, let's take a Klingon and spin it, just to spin it. I don't know, it just felt weird. And they were introducing all these other aliens, but like some of them were like human budget wise. I don't know. They just didn't want to like um put them in makeup or something. I don't know. It was really odd. Like, oh wait, you're not human. You're an alien, but you look exactly human. You know?
yeah, it's funny because the Orville did that, right? Their Klingon character, ended up being gay, and
Oh, good point. Yeah, that's right.
one of their characters, they only have men, in their culture. So like, like homosexuality was like normal for their culture. And it's like you can do it in a way where it makes sense still for the show. You just have to have good writing.
Yeah, wasn't there? Wasn't
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Will I watch season 2 of Starfleet Academy knowing that it's canceled? I may try.
Just
I
to
may
kind of
try.
see what they
Yeah,
do and if they can stick the landing on on the second season.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna blow up the ship.
Yeah. Well, let's continue on because again, if I keep going on this, I'll start getting into toxic fans and getting into everything else, and it's we've got other things we got to talk about here. So let's continue on here. For all my Who fans out there, all the Whovians, it's easy to misplace things in its hardest because it's massive. The BBC recently revealed that two long lost episodes from the classic 1960s era of the series have finally been recovered for the first time in more than 6 decades. Footage from the legendary serial Doctor Who story, The Daleks' Master Plan, is being shown again. The BBC released a montage of clips from 2 episodes that have been missing since their original broadcast in 1965,
Oh
giving
my gosh.
fans a rare look at a piece of television history that many assumed was gone forever.
Oh wow.
That is insane. that they and I'm sure they just like found it in like the back of like some studio, like, you know, archive or something.
Well, think about it back then. Like you'd have 1, 2 copies of it. It's not like anybody had VHS would be like, "Oh, I want to record Doctor Who tonight." You know,
Right.
it was just you watched it on air and that was it.
Right.
There's no replay. There's no reruns at the time.
And that's what I'm saying is like, you know, if you lost the original copy of that, then it was gone. And
Yeah,
somebody probably found it in an like either in an archive or they, you know, fell behind the couch or something, you
fell
know.
behind the couch. Oh, what is this? Oh, priceless Doctor Who.
Yeah, we haven't moved this couch in the studio since 1961. It was very dusty, very dusty. There was there's over 60 years of like, you know, dead human skin cells behind that.
Okay, easy.
The recovered episodes are titled "The Nightmare Begins," which is the dead skin cells behind the couch, and "The Devil's Planet," the first and third installment of the massive 12-part Dalek storyline. They resurfaced thanks to a donation to a charitable trust. Film is fabulous. To the charitable trust, film is fabulous. No indentations there. And they'll soon be available for fans to watch in restored form.
So
There are somebody had it.
somebody had it and just holding on to it,
Somebody stole that shit.
selling bootleg copies of it. Like, why
I
would you
know,
hold it
right?
for that long?
So there are scenes featuring William Hartnell as the first Doctor,
Oh,
along with classic Dalek scheming that helped define the early years of the show. For decades, large portions of early Doctor Who episodes disappeared due to the BBC's archiving practices during the early days of television. As color television became the industry standard, many monochrome recordings were viewed as outdated material with a little long term value. Because of that mindset, numerous recordings were wiped, reused, or lost. Idiots. Okay. Storage limitations played a role as as film reels were sometimes erased to make room for newer programs. Yeah, they really were dumb.
I mean, think about it back then. Like, there was no collectibles back then. You
But they were
wouldn't think
also like, nobody's
this.
gonna want to watch this on rerun. Nobody watches
Nobody's gonna
reruns.
want to.
What's a rerun?
What's a rerun? You know, like just like baseball cards. Nobody thought there was going to be value in those later. It's just like, oh, it's a novelty. Throw it away. Who's Honus Wagner? Doesn't matter. Throw it away. You know, like move on with life. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm just throwing this out there right now. Frank is saying, guys, Daredevil was so good. Watch it live. I'm sure Disney won't attack you.
Yeah, it won't. It won't come out.
Okay,
So
so we're gonna end the news that we're talking about. We're just gonna watch Daredevil
yeah.
live.
Bye, everybody.
No, we're
Bye.
gonna watch it live. We're gonna
Keep hearing- Oh,
I'm gonna add it to the screen and we're gonna watch it with everybody.
oh, could we?
Yeah, right. I'm going to continue on here. In 1981, the BBC officially committed to maintaining, in 1981, that's 20 years later, maintaining a complete archive of its programming as part of its royal charter. By that time, a staggering 152 episodes of Doctor Who were already missing.
Well, so okay. How many episodes in the season? It used to be like what 20, 22? So that's
Back
like
then, it would have been like 30.
okay. So like 5-ish seasons of the early Doctor Who is just gone.
5
That's
seasons worth.
wow. That's nuts.
That number has slowly dropped as recordings have been discovered in private collections and international archives. With the recovery of these 2 episodes, the total number of missing episodes is now at 95. That's still a lot. That's still like 3 seasons worth of fucking episodes
Doctor
missing.
Who. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So restored versions of The Nightmare Begins and The Devil's Planet from the Daleks' master plan will begin streaming in the UK on BBC iPlayer early next month, giving fans a chance to experience these once lost episodes all over again.
Wow.
Insanity.
That's cool though. At least they're bringing it back. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exciting to hear that they're finding their way back to these older episodes. There's still 95 missing. That's ridiculous. So let's move on here. The Serenity flies again. You named your ship after God, I'm trying to remember the line. You named your ship after the Battle of Serenity after a dying war. After more than 2 decades of fan campaigns, rewatches, and wishful thinking, Firefly is officially staging a return, and we're so excited for it. I think me and James were talking about we need to do a live view of the entire season because it was just one season. But
It's like
the
11
short,
episodes.
it's 11 episodes. Yeah. The short lived but legendary sci fi series that first aired on Fox in 2002 is getting a second life as an animated revival. Nathan Fillion and Nathan Fillion alone confirmed the project is moving forward, and the core crew of the Serenity is coming back coming back with it. That includes future friend of the show, Alan Tudyk. Let's say future friend of the show because we get to talk to him. Gina Torres, Miranda Baccarin, friend of the show, Adam Baldwin, Joel State. Okay. Summer Glau, which was a big crush of mine when I was younger, and Sean Maher, who's also amazing, all reprising their roles in voice form. It's about as close to the full reunion as fans could realistically expect. There's one big change, though. Ron Glass, who played Shepard Book, passed away in 2016. The revival will still include Book, but the role will be recast. Fillion addressed that directly, saying, "Absolutely, that's the plan." Yeah, that part when they were looking for a Ron Glass type, and here we are again. We're looking for a Ron Glass type, and it's not going to be Ron Glass. Obviously, not Ron Glass, sadly.
Oh man.
Right. The last missing piece is a home. There's no official network or streaming platform attached just yet, but good chance it's going to be Disney Plus or Hulu
Yeah, it's gonna
because
be
Disney owns all of that.
Hulu. Yeah, it's gonna be Hulu. It's gotta be Hulu.
I mean, Hulu makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Right. So where do you guys think that Firefly the animated series, the Serenity and the whole crew are going to land? I really do want you guys to let us know where you think that this is going to go, like where it's going to land. Again, me and James are both kind of saying Hulu because Disney owns Hulu and Disney owns Fox. So, they own the IP in itself. And it makes the most sense for them to do it there. My second guess, if not on Hulu, I would say Amazon.
Oh yeah, I could. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Amazon would be like, yeah, let's support fans. I'll hook that up.
Yeah.
But I think it's got to be Hulu, especially since what's Nathan Fillion's other show, The Rookie?
The Rookie.
That's on ABC.
Yeah. So that's another Disney thing.
Yeah, so I think they're going to be like, "Oh, Nathan, you want to push this as a reunion? Okay, let's find a way to make this happen under the Disney umbrella, you know, and move forward from there."
Right. No, like I said, because it would fit on Disney on its own, Disney Plus. It was a Fox show to begin with, and Disney Plus has kind of some of those shows, but Hulu is where they do put some of their more mature content. And I think that it makes sense to put it on Hulu mainly because if you put it on Disney Plus, with all the adult jokes that it has, they'll probably, like kids will probably think it's a regular cartoon and not get that it's, kind of just like an animated series picking up from a sci-fi show. But Hulu makes more sense because there's already adult cartoons on Hulu.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Yeah. So that's my thoughts on that. I'm excited for that whole thing. So let's go on to this next story here. This is some surprising, not breaking, it happened over the weekend, but it is some surprising news, and it's still kind of like developing and everything. But as of right now, we're going to talk about what happened with Alan Richardson over the weekend. Kind of a big deal.
Weird. It was really weird seeing it come out so fast and not all the information was there.
Right. And it was a trip because James, when I told him what was going on, he goes, "Dude, Pixar, it didn't happen." And I sent him videos and he's like, "Holy shit, it happened."
Oh,
right. Yeah. And it's like a video of him doing it. So if you guys are unfamiliar with what happened over the weekend, there's a video circulating right now. Alan Richardson basically got in a fight with one of his neighbors. not really got in a fight. It's more like he beat the living shit out of one of his neighbors.
I don't even. I think that's exaggerating. I think TMZ broke this story first,
No,
and it
dude,
got
do you
some
not see
traction.
him on the ground with him just uppercutting him like just punches to the face?
That's not. I mean, that's not. You know, beating the living crap out
He
of somebody.
beat the
It's like,
piss out of the guy,
dude,
man. Like, and then you look at his face in the interview after that on TMZ, and his like he's just got a big ass cut across his face.
I don't know how deep that goes, but it was interesting seeing that video. Okay, so setting the stage, they're in their neighborhood somewhere like in Nashville or something like that. Alan Richards riding his motorcycle up and down the street. It's actually, I think he has his sons with him as well,
Right.
riding motorbikes up and down the street. I think another neighbor took offense to them being so loud, right?
Mhm.
And riding up and down the street, maybe they're going too fast, whatever it may be. It's all, point of view, that sort of thing. That being said, the neighbor got super pissed and confronted Alan Richardson about it, like enough where he was, you know, getting in Alan Richardson's face, uh, jumping in front of the bike as he was riding by,
Right.
like yelling at him, pushing at him. What I thought was interesting, that neighbor was also on a bike, like he was fixing his own motorbike in the street.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second, are you just picking a fight? Like, you know how loud bikes are. Like, not just any bike. It was like a dirt bike. Like, you
Yeah.
know how loud those get. Come on, man. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's so what it looks like what happened as far as like the police report and what the police are saying. Uh Richardson was, he was riding up and down the street, but he has proof because he was actually recording, which that screwed over the other guy, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he
the
was
body
actually
cam.
recording, right? He had a body cam on, and the body cam basically showed that he never went over 23 miles an hour. Right.
Smart.
So he was actually not driving that fast. He was actually driving speed limit.
Yeah. Not
But I
reckless.
guess right,
Yeah.
and but I guess the guy, according to Richson's, body cam footage, the guy jumped in front of his bike. Like, they had gotten into some kind of altercation, jumped in front of his bike, and he goes, "Oh, run me over." And Richardson tells him, "Dude, get out of my way. Move." Right?
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "No, I'm not going." And Richardson goes, "No, dude, move." Right? And I guess the other guy pushed him off the bike, right? Or like he pushed Richardson, didn't really do anything because you're basically trying to push a brick wall like
Yeah.
an idiot, right? But then pushed him again. He went off balance. Uh, that's kind of where the video starts. You can kind of see, like,
Yeah. Then you
the
break the bike.
yeah, he's dropping the bike, and like if you know anything about motorcycles, they're not light,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah, the way people move around on bikes, it looks like, oh yeah, you can lift it and everything like that. You can't in reality. If a bike falls on your leg, it's gonna break your leg,
Yeah.
right? And Richardson had to jump out of the way, and next thing you know, he just walked up to the dude and just started like laying into him,
Yeah.
right?
It so there was the body cam video and then a video from somebody's
It was
window,
one of the neighbors, yeah,
which conveniently didn't show the first part of the altercation. It only showed Alan Richardson jumping off the bike and then laying into the dude.
yeah,
So visually, it all you really saw was the confrontation and then Alan Richardson laying into the dude. So it made it seem like Alan Richardson was at fault
yeah,
through this. So glad he had that body cam on because I'm like,
right.
"No, wait, is Reacher really a jerk? What's happening here?" But
And then like right after that, the dude's on TMZ saying, he's got like a full interview talking about like, yeah, no, I was being very nice and I was being polite. And I mean, I will admit that I pushed him, but he didn't have to go where he went, and he ended up laying, even he said he beat my ass. But he started laying into him. And all that, and again, then you go see the body cam footage, and it's like it's not at all what the dude described. So this dude was just speaking horseshit. And it's like, when you look at what happened and the danger that the dude put himself in, but then kind of what the potential danger he put Alan Richardson in, I don't blame Richardson for punching him in the mouth.
oh yeah, like he came at him and like dropped his bike. The bike almost fell on him.
Mhm.
His kids were right there. Like if he could have easily stepped out in front of one of the kids, you
Yeah,
know, and the kids probably not might not have stopped in time. So
yeah,
this guy was looking for a problem. He was
yeah,
looking for a confrontation, which made me think about that first video that came out and how it was only showing the Alan Richardson beating the guy up part. I'm
yeah.
like, that's interesting.
Like maybe
So
it was a setup to try and make him look bad because I mean
yeah,
he is, again, not to get in on the way the world is right now, but he is very, very vocally against a lot of a lot of the things that are going on in the world right now.
so it was interesting because the video that came out was him beating up the dude. The second video that came out was the guy's note to TMZ, like, "Oh, I'm just trying to keep people safe in my neighborhood, and there's kids and blah blah blah." And he's got like a MAGA hat
It, like,
hanging in
notably has a Donald Trump hat behind him.
the like,
Like
oh,
the
okay,
the way that he did that, right? Like he staged that hat.
yeah,
Right, so he's like, "I wanna be a superhero, and I'm trying to stage Alan Ritchson as the bad guy, and, I'm the good guy, and obviously I'm the greatest person ever because I have a MAGA hat." And then it comes out this dude basically started shit, basically he played stupid games and, got a stupid answer,
yep.
It's like, w the when I looked at the video, it was like you see Alan Ritchson, and you can see, just like Alan Ritchson's shoulder is bigger than the dude's head.
This dude fucked around and found out.
And even on that, like, the guy, him himself, he was not a small guy. If you look at him, like he's pretty built himself, just not half as built as Alan Richardson.
Yeah, that is true. He looked like a big guy, like maybe not quite as tall, but he looked
He was
tall, but still.
similar in height. Alan Richardson is what, 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, when I
So
was
this dude was at least 6'1".
like the guy was working, this dude had a super long driveway and
Hmm.
he's working on his bike in the street. It
Yeah,
just felt really weird. Like the whole setup was just like something's going on here. It just felt off.
yeah, yeah.
Turned out
And again, notably, his sons just kind of let it happen.
his sons are like, Dad's got to do what Dad's got to do.
Yep. So I mean that's kind of the most we're gonna say on this. But again, it was kind of like a big story over the weekend that they were trying to make it seem like he was gonna face charges, but police actually came out and said he's not facing criminal charges of self-defense.
Right. Right. And like like I think Night of Oa said it in the chat. Like the sheriff came out and like there's no charges. No
Yeah,
charges against Alan Richardson. Moving on.
yeah. So let's jump into, yeah, he's playing victim for attention. That makes sense. 100%, man. So
It's a really good hat. It's a really good hat.
my hat is real good.
It's great colors. Red, white, and blue. Just maybe red and white. No blue.
It's a lot of red. There's extra red on my hat.
It's the reddest.
It's the reddest
Reddest
of all hats. It's the reddest.
Okay.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, let's go into this last segment. It's time for the trend up. Let's get into our last story. Oh, sorry. James,
Oh,
before we get
sorry.
into our last story.
Distance Nerding is part of the Geek Freaks Network. Discover your latest binge, debating casting choices, or still not over that plot twist. The Geek Freaks Network has got you covered. Your fandom, your community, your people. Geek out your way. Check out the Geek Freaks Network at gfpods.com.
That's right. All right, let's jump into this last story here.
We can make this one quick. All right. The line between short form content and traditional TV keeps getting thinner. This is an interesting one. I didn't see it coming, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. Two major players are pushing that evolution even further. Tubi and TikTok have joined forces to launch a new incubator designed to help digital creators make the leap into long form series. It's a move that could reshape how the next wave of shows get made and who gets to make them. So, this one's super interesting, and I learned a lot more about Tubi than I
So
knew.
we're gonna be on Tubi soon. Is basically what we're
We're gonna
saying.
be on Tubi, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, yeah, let's
The
go.
the program is built to take creators who built audiences on TikTok and give them the tools to develop original shows that will premiere exclusively on Tubi. These projects will span both scripted and unscripted content, giving creators room to experiment with storytelling beyond the bite-sized videos. Importantly, the creators themselves will remain the driving seat creatively, with Tubi stepping in to provide support and resources to help bring those ideas to life. I found that very interesting.
Yeah.
They're saying, hey, you're building an audience, you're making content. How about we guide you into making that content for a different platform than just
We
TikTok?
need them to do the reverse for us. Like, hey, we've already got content that works for that.
Yeah.
Just bring us the audience.
It's super interesting to like take a format like the short form TikTok format and like how do we convert it into a longer form and turn it into a channel or something on YouTube. But interesting. TikTok will play a key role in identifying which creators are ready for that next step, with the first wave of participants expected to be revealed sometime this summer. Tubi has been making a clear push into creative driven content, adding more than 16,000 episodes from over 200 creators in just the past 10 months,
Wow.
which is interesting. If you think about, I don't know, shows or channels like on YouTube, like Ryan's World,
Mhm.
like Ryan's World, Ryan's Toy Review, they're taking those YouTube episodes or YouTube content and bringing it to like another content. So it's get this content that you used to just live on YouTube is getting a second life as like a channel, like on Tubi. It's really interesting. Both platforms bring serious reach to the table. Tubi has grown into one of the biggest free streaming services out there, boasting over 100 million monthly active users since being acquired by Fox in 2020.
Mm.
So this is like
So Disney owns this.
Disney, Fox saying, how do we start taking advantage of this short form content? What can we do with this content? So TikTok, while no longer in its weird, growing stage, explosive stage, in the US still commands more than 200 million monthly users domestically and far more worldwide.
Frank and I both being a part of that 200 million.
Yeah, I think it's really so there's so many questions. I just think it was just a topic
Yeah.
that is going to come up and like start expanding and keep growing the more YouTube and TikTok start working together. So I don't know, will short content make a name for itself on a TV style platform? What do you think about TikTok content translating to Tubi?
So some of the content on TikTok makes sense. Not all the content on TikTok makes sense just because, some of the quality is really bad. But I mean, there are certain things where, there are TikTokers that I see every now and then that have really good content. There's a lot of good news, like short form news programming that's on TikTok. There's a lot of good informational things that are on TikTok. um as far as like like interesting history things and stuff like that, like there's a lot of fun stuff that is on TikTok, but then there's also people who make just like weird comedy TikToks, and it's like that wouldn't be good as a long form kind of thing. um Again, it's interesting that Tubi, which is owned by Fox, which is owned by Disney, and TikTok, which is owned by the Ellisons, is like this big kind of partnership that's happening right there. It's like the Hulu of TV shows, you know.
Oh, Geek Freak says Murdoch owns it.
Oh, does Murdoch still own Tubi?
I
Because
ju- I think it's interesting though, because if you think about short form content and this next generation that's so used to short form content, but making it easier for them to just like access that content on like a Tubi. Think of like how like ridiculousness works,
yeah,
That's a weird form of short form content that's just bundled together in a package.
well, with like commentary and everything like that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Tubi's owned by Rupert Murdoch, man. We watch a lot of Tubi here.
There you go. So I don't know how this is. You know what I think about? Like, so okay, it's TikTok, it's it's Tubi working together, like those two platforms. What does this mean for like a YouTube?
I think that's kind of what they're trying to do. I think what they're trying to do is find a way to, you know, skim people away from YouTube, because YouTube is still kind of like the king of content, right?
Hmm.
Like between short form content and long form content, YouTube owns that market. And I think this partnership is like, okay, well, TikTok has one of the probably biggest markets for short form, and Tubi already has a long form content market. So why don't we just try and create a kind of like YouTube competition? The thing is it's gonna be it's I feel like it's gonna go the same route as when people try to find something that would knock TikTok out, or, back when Vine was still around, everybody was trying to find the Vine killer, right? Like, it's one of those things where, they're trying to capitalize on this massive market that TikTok has, but I
Hmm.
don't think it's gonna translate the same way.
Interesting, interesting. I think it's a way for them, just going back to the YouTube thing. I think it's a way for them to circumvent YouTube. Like, hey,
Mhm.
you want this content? Great, it's on TikTok, on your favorite TikTokers channels. That's great.
Yeah.
You want to, kind of consume content without, like in a TV type format. Like it's going to be on Tubi. You don't have to go to YouTube at all anymore. It's straight to Tubi. Just turn it on and just leave it on. Kind of like how people like turn the Office on and just like
Yeah.
have it on. I think it's their way of doing that. But I don't know. I don't know. I just find this fascinating that things are changing so fast.
Yeah. And like the other thing on this too is I can see this going the route of Twitch and Kick and YouTube, as far as like, who is trying to be the king of like game streaming, right? Um and it kind of ultimately still landed on Twitch. TikTok has been picking up a lot more with game streaming and everything like that, but like Twitch is still kind of like the king of game stream. So like I think like there's going to be more competition in the market where like TikTok and Tubi are going to team up, but YouTube is still going to be the king of that kind of like that niche market.
Yeah, it could be. Or you know how like Spotify got a contract with Joe Rogan. It's like, hey, for X amount of time, you're an exclusive Spotify product, right? It's still your show, but it only gets put on Spotify for, I think it was 2 years or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Like something like that, where it's like, hey, so TikTok, your creators are going to develop content, but it's never going to be on YouTube. It'll come from TikTok and then it'll go to Tubi. That's it. Just those two platforms, not Instagram, not YouTube, that sort of thing. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
yeah, yeah.
All right, I think that was that's our last story.
All right. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk schedule. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a schedule, and we do a bunch of other stuff. So Tuesdays, all the nerdy news on the Distance Learning podcast from 6:30 to 8:30. Catch us here. We will talk all the things that are happening in the in the nerdverse. Thursdays, building Lego, talking nerdy. That's right. I'm building Lego. I'm talking with fun people. We're doing all the fun conversational stuff and everything like that. Now, this week's guest is Aaron Cohen. He's got a comic book called Sticks and Stones, which is an interesting comic book. I'm very excited to talk about him. The artwork is really cool, and it's kind of a different vibe to it. So come and check that out on Thursday. And then Fridays, game night, ladies and gentlemen. We play all of our games, and doing all the things that we do there. I believe we are going to be doing another episode of the Great Con, if we can get everybody together, because it's a whole
Which
hell
is
of a lot of fun.
Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah,
right?
D&D game that we've been playing. If you guys have not gotten a chance to check out the Great Con, come and check us out. We've got a couple episodes on our YouTube right now. So go and watch those episodes and then come and watch it live when we are acting a fool and playing our characters. I've got some fun new things we want to do. Now also coming soon. We're going to be talking about the show that we did this weekend. If you missed out that we were doing Brickcentric this weekend, it was a shit ton of fun, guys. And we are going to be talking about that coming soon. Video coming soon. That'll be online for everybody to see. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as always, connect with us everywhere. If it exists, we are there at Distance Nerding, or of course you can email us at distancenerding@aol.com, and when we read it on air. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it from us. James, take us home.
Thanks, and keep nerding together, everybody.
All right, we will catch everybody on the next episode.
Bruce, go to sleep.
Bruce, go to sleep, buddy. Night time.
And Matt, deuces.
Deuces.
Distance Nerding.